From a duck running the New York City Marathon, to a woman jumping out of a parachute in a couture dress, to a hairdresser using fire to style his clients, check out the unexpected moments caught on camera today. On November 7, 2021, during the New York City Marathon, an unusual participant mingled with the other runners. And for good reason. A domestic duck known as the American Peking duck, named Wrinkle, participated in the sporting competition, as can be seen in this video sequence posted on TikTok, and which accumulates nearly 13 million views on the social network. This bird with webbed feet ran at full speed in the middle of 33,000 athletes registered this year. However, at the risk of disappointing you, the bird, a little over a year old, did not make it to the end of the 42 kilometers. The female only covered about 800 meters, according to the sports website runnersworld.com. This is nevertheless a real feat for this bird, given the size of its legs. In any case, if he didn't manage to finish the whole event, this bird will at least have amused the runners, as well as the public present at the competition, especially since his owners, Justin Wood and Joyce Kung, accompanied Wrinkle like sports coaches. They have, moreover, planned everything for the well-being of the little champion of the asphalt. They made custom shoes in neoprene, a material used for diving suits. This prevented the animal from injuring his flippers by walking so much. Moreover, its owners even ensured that the young duck was entitled to a large basin of water between each effort, a question of being able to relax and take a well-deserved rest. As what? All was thought so that this duck out of the common can practice its passion in all safety, with the greatest happiness of the net surfers who did not fail to react to this quite unusual scene. What could be more romantic than tagging your girlfriend's car to ask her to marry you? This is what this man seems to have thought. He used orange and blue spray paint to write "Marry Me" on his girlfriend's body, but he didn't like it. The reason? Well, the gesture of the young soldier, encouraged by the person who filmed the scene, did not please his girlfriend. Far from it. While he had the knee on the ground and the wedding ring in his hand when his girlfriend finally appeared, she did not, to say the least, react the way he expected. Indeed, the surprise of this man has likely plunged his girlfriend in a black anger. "What did you do to my car?" she asked him first. To reassure her, her boyfriend told her that all he had to do was take his car to the car wash and it would be as good as new. But nothing works. So much so that the young woman, who had to go to work, did not even pay attention to the ring. So she finally went to the nearest car wash, leaving her boyfriend in a very embarrassing situation. As expected, this video sequence went viral on the web. However, some internet users did not fail to ensure that this is a simple staging. Anyway, one thing is sure, this video is really amazing. Particularly intelligent, sheepdogs adapt to family life as well as to guarding the leading flocks. With their innate ability to guard, these dogs can sometimes even surprise more than one person. This incredible video sequence is a testament to that. As you can see in this footage, a flock of sheep, which were standing on a slope, were visibly unable to move in the right direction. That's when a very talented sheepdog intervened. He did not hesitate to literally climb on the backs of the sheep in order to free the traffic. And he succeeded. Because once arrived at the end of the road, this dog went back down by borrowing the slope in order to encircle the herd. This allowed the sheep to advance towards their pen. However, it must be said that the technique of this sheepdog is truly fascinating. Designers will stop at nothing to showcase their best pieces, and the Dutch fashion designer Iris van Herpen is no exception to the rule. So much so that she decided to parachute one of the dresses of her Fall-Winter 2021-2022 collection called Earthrise. Nothing but that. For this, she also called on Domitil Kiger, world champion of freefall. She wore a haute couture outfit before launching herself over the Bay of Arcachon from the vertical Tier aircraft. This gave rise to images as bluffing as surrealist. Thanks to her great control, the high-level sportswoman even gives the impression to fly in the air with a lot of serenity, a scene that one could easily believe retouched. But it is not. In fact, the videos filmed by Alex Amard, who also made the big jump with the skydiving champion for the occasion, did not require any special effects. The beauty of vertigo was enough. Are you a fan of push-ups and other exercises? This lizard could well join your club. What's the cause? Well, in a video published in 2012 on YouTube, we witness a scene in which this tiny reptile performs a series of push-ups. A very intriguing scene. But then, for what reason did this lizard let himself be tempted by this exercise, would you say? Is it simply to keep in shape? It must be said that it is unlikely. However, some lizard species do tend to do push-ups to impress females. Other lizards, such as Ameiva corax, do push-ups rather to warn their mates of a meal, as scientists from the Aero Institute in the United States have pointed out. If this is perhaps not the case of this reptile, we must admit that its little push-up session is impressive. In this video shot in Indonesia in 2016, we can see a dog called Sydney driving his master in a scooter. According to these amazing images, the golden retriever even has a prodigious ability to drive a motorcycle. Moreover, his master shows no fear at all and feels perfectly safe behind his pet. Comfortable and confident, Sydney seems to be in control of the two-wheeled vehicle like a professional and experienced driver. Yet, the dog did not hesitate to speed along a busy road in the city of Manado, located on the island of Sulawesi, which, let's face it, is not without danger. Nevertheless, the little ride of these two companions will have at least earned them to make the buzz on the web. They have indeed attracted the local media, who have made several reports on this curious event. Since then, the driver with pink sunglasses on his muzzle has become a real star of the web, and we understand why. This hairdresser has an incredible technique to fix his client's crest. Instead of using gel, as most professionals will do, this one decided instead to burn the hair of this poor man. As seen in this amazing video footage, this confident hairstylist used a simple lighter to achieve the new cut. This left the customer in a real panic, especially when the hairdresser, amused, left him for a moment with his hair on fire. To play with the customer's nerves, he even went so far as to fan the flames by spraying hairspray on his hair. Finally, more fear than harm, since the hairdresser managed to extinguish the flames by simply tapping the burning strands, thus immediately controlling the situation, to the delight of the customer, who could not help but laugh out loud. However, if the latter dared to use such a technique, it is not without reason. In fact, this unusual trick would allow this man to keep his crest as long as possible. He will even be able to enjoy his haircut for several days, even weeks. In any case, this client must have had blind faith in his hairdresser to let him set his hair on fire. I'm not sure that many people would venture to try this method of styling. Here is a video sequence that will probably leave no one indifferent. And it is not wrong. The surveillance camera of a men's clothing store immortalized the moment as hilarious as unusual. We can indeed see a young man looking at himself in the mirror while he had probably just tried on a jacket of the store. So far, so good. But he then visibly needed to make sure that the suit looked tough enough. So, this customer decided to go after a boutique mannequin, even going so far as to hold the item by the neck before literally lifting it. This gave rise to a sequence that was funny, to say the least. It's not surprising that it has generated countless reactions on the web. Releasing a baby turtle in an environment where he knows nothing is probably not a very good idea. This is at least what this young man learned at his expense. Indeed, this one judged good to release the small reptile by releasing it in a lake. He shouldn't have. Why? Well, as soon as he was put in the water, a big fish appeared as if from nowhere to eat the poor turtle in one bite, leaving the young man in shock. What is completely understandable. All the more so as this one had just affectionately bid him farewell, without suspecting that the little animal will finally have such a short life. It is thus without great surprise that this video sequence then made the turn of the social networks, arousing even strong reactions with the internet users. Teasing dogs with animals is not always without risk. The proof is in this video sequence in which this man, installed on a boat, called his dog to offer him a cake. The problem? Well, the food was out of reach for this pet. So what had to happen happened, and the dog decided to stand on his two hind legs to steal the treat. Unfortunately, he didn't succeed. Instead, he accidentally pushed his owner, who, of course, fell off the ship. At this point, his two dogs quickly rushed to the side of the boat to make sure their owner had escaped unharmed. However, it is not sure that the latter will ever forget this moment of karma. In Seattle in the United States, the girls on the sidewalk do not pass unnoticed. While the state of Washington prohibits prostitution, many young women, dressed in light clothes and perched on vertiginous heels, try to seduce potential customers, a practice visibly widespread but which, let's admit it, has what to surprise. Now it's your turn to tell us in the comments which of these moments surprised you the most. And if you like this video, don't forget to leave a like, to subscribe to the channel, and to activate the bell to receive all the notifications and not miss anything of our next videos. See you tomorrow, same time, same channel for a new video.